Immigration is already a top issue in the race for the White House. But after one candidate accused Mexico's government of exporting its criminals, Mexican officials began to fight back. CCTV's Jessica Stone has more.
He should be asked.
In the race for the White House, Republican presidential candidates are already playing tough on immigration.
We let people come into this country with visas, and the minute they come in, we lose track of them.
What I was talking about was the specific case of fraud being committed where there's organized efforts, and frankly, it's more related to Asian people coming into our country, having children in that organized efforts.
None more visibly than billionaire businessman Donald Trump, who says the Mexican government is sending undocumented immigrants to the United States. In the first debate of the U.S. election, Trump said, quote, "The Mexican government is much smarter, much sharper, much more cunning, and they send the bad ones over because they don't want to pay for them." Ever since, Mexican officials have been fighting back. Mexico's former foreign minister wrote an editorial in an American newspaper last month saying Trump's comments, quote, "are colored by prejudice, racism, or just plain ignorance." Mexico in suit, calling the candidate's words, quote, "a huge disdain and ignorance of Mexico." Ignorance because in mid-Mexico border of its extra inspector require passports and fees.
It's perfect to be even now. It is also important for them to have a document certifying them to walk into this country, just like they require us on the other side.
The Mexican government is trying to close an escape route for American criminals who disappear in the country. Mexican border inspectors will run names through an international criminal database.
It is a good idea to have clear who.
We saw anyone literally pouring across the U.S.-Mexico border was last summer. That's when we saw children, largely from Central America, fleeing gang violence. Well, a year later, Mexican officials have now deported 3,800 Central American minors. That's 50% more than the same period last year. It's an example of U.S. and Mexican officials working together to solve an immigration problem. Jessica Stone, CCTV, Washington.